It is the latest female model of the iconic cat-type series, taking a particularly different approach in how she stops her opponents cold. It is CAT-04F Rouge Katze, with a kit of Mobile Boost, Double Thunder Shot, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Emergency, which buffs mobility when attacked and a part is broken upon being attacked. Now, as a model that is permanently available, this is a model you really can't ever go wrong with using, and very likely you will obtain one or two parts pretty quickly and very easily after pulling just a few times in any gacha banner you pull from. Mobile Boost is a support-based skill that, when activated, will boost the mobility of herself and all allies by about 50% or so once that effect goes active, meaning that while that buff is active, everyone will be running notably faster than ever before, meaning it will make it much easier for herself or any allies to outrun particularly speedy targets if they were struggling before. Thunder Shot is basically just a shooting version of Shock in this case, or Thunder, as upon attacking a target, it does have a high chance of stunning them, meaning that while they are still able to defend against attacks, they will be stopped cold in their tracks, no matter where they are at in their heat phase or their cool phase. This means that while stunned, it will make it particularly easy to outrun or even just buy yourself those extra couple seconds of time to stun particularly dangerous targets and maybe even cripple them before they have the chance to smack you. Biped Legs means that Rouge Katze will have relatively good coverage across all terrains, and as a model that specializes mostly in high speed and stunning, she actually puts a very high emphasis on speed, even albeit her conditions for that are particularly niche. Between Mobile Boost and Emergency, she will definitely have a very high speed bonus once those effects go active, even if her leg stats are to a point kind of subpar to a degree. But especially with Emergency, it is kind of niche in the effect that it requires her to actually be attacked and have something broken, which can be seen as a relatively decently sized risk depending on who you're fighting and how hard they hit her. But despite this, she is still very good at what she does, and the only real weakness that Rouge Katze has is anyone that is using Stat Cleanse on the opposing side. Now, even with the nerf to Stat Cleanse to a point where it doesn't last nearly as long, it is still a huge risk to her, as the moment Stat Cleanse goes into effect, that basically makes the entire reason she's on the field pointless. And even if she is fast enough, say if she activates all of her conditions to stun everyone on the field, after she does that and she activates Mobile Boost, that's kind of it for her, unfortunately, aside from maybe hoping and praying for occasional Metaforce spam if you can fit it in there. That being said, as a pure set score, I do have to rate Rouge Katze a pretty solid 5 out of 10, and kind of a middle-of-the-road kind of model in this case. Given that, again, it's a model you can collect very easily, more or less kind of anywhere, you're probably not going to have any real issue collecting her parts. In addition, Double Thunder Shot does kind of tie in the redundancy issue to a point, as even if one arm is broken, that's kind of all she has going for her as a one-trick pony kind of thing, and really just relies on stunning people and her speed. However, as mixed parts, I do have to rate her much higher at a 7 out of 10. Even if her head and leg stats are moderately subpar to a point, her arms are very, very good in the sense that they have very good flexibility, and you can fit them just about anywhere very easily because they are the same ailment on both arms and neither of them are heavy. So you can fit these on your conventional female ailment fighter, or even on your conventional female shooter type if you want to add an ailment in there for the sake of having it. Because generally speaking, freeze might be the best ailment to go for because it guarantees hits and crits. But even if you don't have that and you only have Thundershot, stopping an opponent and buying yourself an extra 3 or so seconds is honestly better than having to put up with a potential nuke that could turn the tides on you very quickly.